Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, do I really need to shower every single day at this age? For most of our lives, we've been told that daily bathing is the gold standard of hygiene. Clean means healthy, right? But what if I told you that as we age, especially past 70, that rule might be doing more harm than good? It might sound surprising, even a little uncomfortable. But sometimes the habits we've trusted for decades don't actually serve us the way they used to. I've seen it myself. My own grandmother, a strong, independent woman who used to shower every morning like clockwork, started having trouble with her balance. One slip in the bathroom changed everything. That's when I started digging into the truth behind how often seniors really need to bathe. And what I found was shocking, but also incredibly freeing. I want to tell you a story, one that might feel a little too familiar. A few years ago, my friend's father, let's call him Mr. Howard, was the picture of routine. Every morning at 6 a.m., he'd shuffle into the bathroom, start the shower, and begin his day the way he had for the past 50 years. He believed, as so many of us do, that being clean meant being respectable. That a daily shower wasn't just about hygiene, it was about dignity. But one morning, something went wrong. It was cold. He was tired. And when he stepped out of the tub, his foot slipped. One hard fall onto the tile floor, and just like that, everything changed. He broke his hip. He spent weeks in the hospital, then months in rehab. And the independence he had prided himself on, it never fully came back. It was heartbreaking, not just because of the injury, but because it was avoidable. No one had ever told Mr. Howard or his family that there's a smarter way, that sometimes clinging to a habit can be more dangerous than letting it go. That experience led me down a path of research, conversations with geriatric doctors, and real stories from families who were quietly making changes that made life better. And that's what I want to share with you today. Not fear, not rules, but freedom. Freedom to question old habits and to find a better way to care for yourself or someone you love. 1. The truth about aging skin. Why daily baths might be hurting more than helping. As we get older, everything about our body begins to change, and our skin is no exception. After 70, the skin isn't just a little drier than it used to be. It becomes thinner, more fragile, and less able to protect itself from the very things we once thought were helping. Think about it like this. When you were younger, your skin had layers of natural oils, thicker protection, and stronger collagen. It could bounce back after a long, hot shower or a scrub with soap. But once you reach a certain age, all of that starts to fade. Your skin produces less oil, holds on to moisture less effectively, and loses the elasticity that kept it resilient. So what happens when you take a hot shower every day after 70? You're stripping away what little natural protection your skin still has. You might feel clean in the moment, but underneath, your skin is getting drier, itchier, and more prone to cracking. And those little cracks, they're not just uncomfortable. They're open doors for bacteria, irritation, and even infections. Many older adults silently suffer through this. They assume the itching, flaking, or stinging is just part of aging. But often it's not aging, it's overwashing. Dermatologists are clear about it. Hot water, harsh soaps, and frequent bathing break down the skin's natural barrier. For seniors, that can mean weeks of healing time from what starts as a small rash or scratch. And the worst part? Most of this damage is preventable, just by bathing less or bathing differently. 2. Falls are a bigger risk than dirt. Let's talk about something that doesn't get mentioned nearly enough. Falls. For older adults, the bathroom isn't just where you wash up. It's one of the most dangerous rooms in the entire house. And guess what? The daily shower you think is keeping you healthy might be putting you at the greatest risk. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year. And for those over 70, the consequences can be devastating. Broken hips, concussions, even long-term disability. The connection between daily bathing and fall risk isn't just theoretical, It's real. Every time a senior steps into a slippery shower or climbs over the edge of a tub, they're taking a risk, sometimes without even realizing it. And let's be honest, how many of us feel our strongest first thing in the morning or late at night after a long day? These are the times many people shower. But for older adults, fatigue, dizziness, or stiff joints can turn a routine bath into a high-risk activity. Wet floors, foggy mirrors, slick soap, and hot water that throws off blood pressure, it's a recipe for disaster. I once spoke with a caregiver whose mother fell while reaching for a towel. She didn't even get a chance to bathe. Just the motion of preparing for it was enough to throw her off balance. That single fall sent her into months of physical therapy, and all she wanted was to stay clean. So here's the question. What's more important? Feeling squeaky clean every day, or staying safe and independent? The good news is there are smarter options. Bathing less frequently, maybe once or twice a week, and using sponge baths or cleaning key areas in between can dramatically lower the risk. You cut the number of times you need to enter the bathroom, stand on wet tiles, or maneuver in a slippery space. And that simple shift can mean fewer falls, fewer injuries, and a greater sense of security at home. Clean doesn't have to mean dangerous. And sometimes, the cleanest choice is the one that keeps you out of the emergency room. 3. Your body can clean itself. Really. I know this might sound strange, but it's true. Your body is actually built to keep itself clean. That's not just wishful thinking or some natural living trend. It's backed by science. And once you understand how it works, you might start rethinking how often you really need to lather up from head to toe. Let's start with the skin itself. It's not just a covering. It's a living, breathing system designed to protect, regulate, and yes, even clean. Your skin is covered in something scientists call the microbiome, a complex community of tiny organisms like bacteria, fungi, and even microscopic mites. But before that makes you cringe, hear this. Most of these organisms are good. They're allies. They help your skin stay balanced, defend against harmful germs, and even break down sweat and oils so your skin doesn't get overwhelmed. When we bathe too often, especially with harsh soaps, we wash away those good bacteria. We break down the skin's natural oil barrier called sebum and throw off the balance of pH that keeps everything in check. That's why some people who shower constantly still feel itchy or irritated, because their skin is overworked, not undercleaned. Now, if you're over 70, this system becomes even more delicate. Your body naturally produces less sebum. Your skin becomes thinner. Your microbiome is already less diverse. So when you shower every day with hot water and strong soap, you're not helping. You're stripping away the few defenses you have left. But here's the amazing part. If you back off just a little, say, showering 2 or 3 times a week instead of every day, your body adjusts. Your skin starts to regulate itself better. Your microbiome recovers. Dead skin cells fall off naturally, a process called desquamation, and your skin begins to feel calmer, less irritated, and actually cleaner in a balanced way. And yes, I know what you're thinking. What about odor? Well, the truth is, body odor isn't caused by sweat itself. It's caused by bacteria breaking sweat down in certain areas, like the armpits or groin. And those areas? They can be cleaned without a full shower. A quick wipe with a warm cloth, a gentle cleanser, a fresh change of clothes. That's usually all it takes. You don't need to soak your entire body every single day just to smell fresh. The most important thing to understand here is this. Your body is not broken. It's not dirty because it's aging. It's actually working hard to protect you, even now. And sometimes, the best thing you can do is just get out of its way. Let your skin breathe. Let it recover. Support it instead of scrubbing it raw. So the next time you feel guilty for skipping a bath, remind yourself, this isn't about being lazy. It's about being smart. Let your body do what it was designed to do, and you might be surprised by how much better you feel. 4. Experts recommend bathing just once or twice a week. If you've made it this far, maybe you're starting to think, Okay, I get it. Bathing every day might not be ideal anymore, but is it really okay to cut back that much? Well, here's the good news. You're not alone in thinking that. And more importantly, you're not making this up. The experts agree with you. Geriatricians, dermatologists, and researchers across the country are saying the same thing. For most people, over 70, bathing once or twice a week is not only enough, it's actually better for your skin, your energy, and your safety. Organizations like the American Academy of Dermatology and respected institutions like Johns Hopkins have started adjusting their recommendations for older adults. They've looked at the science, the lived experiences, and the medical data, and what they've found is clear. The one-size-fits-all idea of daily bathing simply doesn't make sense as we age. Let's break this down. If you're someone who stays indoors most of the time, doesn't sweat much, and isn't dealing with skin conditions or incontinence, then chances are your body isn't collecting much dirt or bacteria that would require a full shower every day. You're not running marathons. You're not out digging ditches. You're likely doing the kind of daily activities, reading, walking, watching your grandkids, that don't demand constant scrubbing. And that's why this shift in thinking is so important. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about adapting them. It's about matching your hygiene habits to your real needs, not outdated routines that don't apply anymore. Cleanliness isn't about how many showers you take. It's about how well you take care of yourself in a way that fits your body right now, not the one you had 30 years ago. Even better? Experts also point out that when you scale back on full-body bathing, you actually have more energy for the things that matter. Less time recovering from the heat and strain of a shower means more time for the people and activities you love. That's not just hygiene, it's quality of life. And just in case you're worried about what others might think, know this. More and more caregivers, doctors, and even senior living centers are already making this change. It's not a sign that you're slipping. It's a sign that you're smart enough to take care of yourself differently and better. So the next time someone tells you that you have to shower every single day, you can tell them this. Actually, my doctor says once or twice a week is just fine. And you'll be absolutely right. 5. The hidden exhaustion of daily bathing. On the surface, taking a shower seems like such a simple task. But if you're over 70, you know the truth. It can be exhausting. And I'm not talking about being a little tired. I mean the kind of fatigue that drains your energy for the entire day. Let's walk through it. First, there's the physical effort of just getting into the shower. Maybe you have to lift your leg over the edge of a tub. Maybe your knees are stiff or your balance isn't what it used to be. Then you're standing under hot water trying to scrub, bend, reach behind your back. For someone with arthritis, back pain, or limited mobility, even that can feel like a workout. And after it's all over, you still have to dry off, arms overhead, towel behind your back, between your toes. Then you're getting dressed, maybe putting on lotion or adjusting bandages. By the time you're done, you're not refreshed. You're worn out. Some older adults say they feel like they need a nap afterward. Others skip meals, cancel plans, or stay in bed longer just to recover. I once spoke to a woman named Diane, 82 years old, bright as ever, living on her own. She told me that on the days she showered, she wouldn't go for a walk or call her daughter or bake her favorite muffins. I only have so much in the tank, she said, and if I spend it all on the shower, I don't have anything left for the rest of my day. And the science backs her up. Studies in medical journals like JAMA have shown that bathing can lower blood pressure temporarily, especially with hot water. That means more dizziness, more risk of falls, and more overall fatigue. For people with heart issues, COPD, or circulation problems, a daily shower might be putting more strain on their body than it can handle. That's why so many geriatric care experts now recommend a more sustainable routine. Bathing once or twice a week with supportive tools like a shower chair, grab bars, or handheld nozzles can make the process safer and easier. And when you spread out the full baths, you allow your body time to rest and recover. You free up energy for the things that actually make life worth living: talking, laughing, moving, connecting. Because let's be honest, your time and energy are precious, and they should be spent on joy, not just soap and water. 6. Redefining hygiene. You don't need a shower to be clean. Here's one of the biggest mindset shifts we need to make as we age. Being clean doesn't have to mean stepping into a shower every day. Hygiene isn't about how wet you get. It's about how smart you care for your body. And thankfully, there are simple, effective ways to stay fresh that don't involve the risks, the effort, or the exhaustion of a full bath. Let's start with targeted cleaning. For most older adults, it's not the whole body that needs daily attention. It's just a few key areas: the underarms, groin, feet, hands, and face. These are the spots where bacteria tend to build up or odor can develop. And guess what? A warm, damp cloth or a gentle wipe can take care of that in just a few minutes. No tub or shower required. Pre-moistened wipes are another game changer. There are wipes made specifically for sensitive, aging skin. They're soft, soothing, and don't require rinsing. Just 1 or 2 a day can keep you feeling fresh, especially if mobility is limited or if getting to the bathroom is tough. And they're a lifesaver for caregivers too, giving loved ones the dignity of staying clean without the stress of navigating a slippery bathroom. And then there's oral care. Brushing your teeth, using mouthwash, flossing. It's all part of feeling clean and presentable. In fact, good oral hygiene can do more to improve your self-confidence and social comfort than a daily shower ever could. The same goes for clean clothes. A fresh shirt, soft socks, a cozy sweater. These things matter. They make you feel polished, put together, and cared for. There are also simple upgrades that can go a long way. Dry shampoo for days when washing your hair isn't practical. Deodorant or body mist for a light, refreshing scent. A comb through the hair or a warm face cloth in the morning can completely change how you feel when you look in the mirror. This isn't about cutting corners. It's about adjusting your routine to work for you. It's about recognizing that your needs have changed, and so should your habits. It's about making hygiene a tool for comfort, confidence, and independence, not a burden. And here's the real beauty of it all. When you shift to this kind of routine, you take control back. You don't have to wait for someone to help you shower. You don't have to fear the next fall. You don't have to use all your strength just to feel clean. You're not giving up anything. You're gaining freedom. Because staying clean should never come at the cost of your energy, your safety, or your peace of mind. And with a few small changes, it doesn't have to. 7. The new hygiene mindset: less bathing, more living. So, what if everything we've believed about bathing for the past 70 years isn't exactly true anymore? We've grown up in a world that tells us being clean means daily showers, foaming soap, and fresh from the shower hair. But the truth is, as we age, those habits need to change because our bodies change. And what worked at 30 doesn't always work at 70 or 80. Bathing less doesn't mean caring less. In fact, it means you're paying closer attention to what your body actually needs. It means you understand that cleanliness is not about routine. It's about respect. Respect for your skin, your energy, your safety, and your independence. Letting go of the pressure to bathe every day might feel strange at first, but what if it gave you something more valuable in return? More strength to take that walk, more time to enjoy breakfast with your grandkids, more confidence that you're taking care of yourself, not by following outdated rules, but by following what feels right. This isn't about lowering your standards. It's about raising them to a standard of smart, safe, thoughtful self-care that's built for the life you live now. You still deserve to feel clean. You still deserve to feel proud, but you also deserve to feel free. Free from the fear of falling. Free from the fatigue of doing too much. Free from the silent expectation that your worth is measured in how often you step into a shower. Because at the end of the day, less bathing might not just mean less water, it might mean more life. So here's my challenge to you. Try it. Just try shifting your routine. Skip one shower this week and do a quick wipe down instead. See how your skin feels. Notice how much more energy you have. And most importantly, ask yourself how you feel, not how you think you're supposed to feel. Because no matter what age you are, caring for yourself should never be about guilt. It should be about grace.